Hi, my name is Brianna Jenkins and this is AP Statistics Quideo 5. First, we will start off with the basic question. The basic question reads, in which of the following situations can you safely use the methods of inference for a population proportion for a significance test? Explain your answers. A. You toss a coin 10 times in order to test the hypothesis, Ho, P equals 0.5 that the coin is balanced. No, you cannot safely use the methods of inference for a population proportion for a significance test. The expected number of successes and the expected number of failures are both less than 10. B. A college president says 99% of the alumni support my firing of Coach Boggs. You contact an SRS of 200 of the college's 15,000 living alumni to test the hypothesis, Ho, P equals 0.99. No, you cannot safely use the methods of inference for a population proportion for a significance test. The expected number of failures is less than 10. C. Do a majority of the 250 students in a statistics course agree that knowing statistics will help them in their future careers? You interview an SRS of 20 students to test the hypothesis, P equals 0.5. Yes, you can safely use the methods of inference for a population proportion for a significance test. We have an SRS, the population is more than 10 times as large as the sample. Next, we will move on to the advanced question. The advanced question reads, for each of the following situations, state whether a type 1, a type 2, or neither error has been made. Explain briefly. A. A bank wants to see if the enrollment on the website is about 30% based on a small sample of customers. It tests the hypothesis of P equals 0.3 versus an alternative hypothesis of P is greater than 0.3 and rejects the null hypothesis. Later, the bank finds out that actually 28% of all customers enrolled. This problem is considered a type 1 error due to them rejecting a true null hypothesis. B. A student tests 100 students to determine whether other students on her campus prefer Coke or Pepsi and finds no evidence that preference for Coke is not 0.5. Later, a marketing company tests all students on campus and finds no difference. This problem is considered a no error. The actual value is 0.5, which was not rejected. C. A pharmaceutical company tests whether a drug lifts the headache relief from the 25% achieved by the placebo. The test fails to reject the null hypothesis because the p-value is 0.465. Further testing shows that the drug actually relieves headaches in 38% of people. This problem is considered a type 2 error. The null hypothesis was not rejected, but it was false. The true relief rate was greater than 0.25. Lastly, we will do the AP question. The AP question reads, researchers want to determine whether drivers are significantly more distracted while driving when using a cell phone than when talking to a passenger in the car. In a study involving 48 people, 24 people were randomly assigned to drive in a driving simulator while using a cell phone. The remaining 24 were assigned to drive in the driving simulator while talking to a passenger in the simulator. Part of the driving simulation for both groups involved asking drivers to exit the freeway at a particular exit. In the study, 7 of the 24 cell phone users missed the exit, while 2 of the 24 talking to a passenger missed the exit. A. Would this study be classified as an experiment or an observational study? Provide an explanation to support your answer. This scenario is classified as an experiment, since the people were randomly assigned to be in the cell phone group or the passenger group. In an observational study, there is no manipulation of the subjects or their environment, and there is clearly manipulation by putting a passenger in the seat for them to talk to or giving them a cell phone to distract them. B. State the null and alternative hypothesis of interest to the researchers. The null hypothesis is P cell equals P of P. The alternative hypothesis is P cell is greater than P of P. P cell is the true proportion of all people in this study who missed the exit while talking on their cell phones. P of P is the true null hypothesis talking to a passenger in the car. One test of significance that you might consider using to answer the researcher's question is a two-sample z-test. State the conditions required for the test to be appropriate, then comment on whether each condition is met. A two-sample z-test is P1 minus P2. Subjects were randomly assigned to treatments, so a simple random sample is stated. This condition is met. N cell P hat cell is equal to 7, which is not greater than or equal to 10. N cell Q hat cell equals 17, greater than or equal to 10. NP P hat P equals 2, which is not greater than or equal to 10. NP Q hat P equals 22, greater than or equal to 10. Condition is not satisfied. A larger sample is needed. A random assignment gives us a reason to believe that the two groups are independent. Observations within must also be independent. 10% rule. Assume that at least 240 people talk on the cell phone while driving, and 240 people talk to a passenger while driving. This condition is met. P hat equals 7 plus 2 divided by 48 equals 0.1875. 24 parentheses 0.1875 parentheses is greater than or equal to 10, which equals 4.5 is greater than 10. This condition is not met. 24 parentheses 0.8125 parentheses is greater than or equal to 10, which equals 19.5, which is greater than 10. This condition is met.